I always ask myself, even I would always ask myself, is your purpose. What's your purpose for living? Do you know your purpose? What you're created to do? Do you know what that is? A lot of people live their entire lives not knowing. Entire lifetime not being happy because they feel as though they're not fulfilling their purpose. One time in my life I felt that. What was my purpose? And sometimes you graduate out of high school, you look for that job, you look for that career, college, the degree, you still question, is this my purpose? Well, I want to tell you, until you find the center of your being, you will continue to walk and live, going through the motions. And how many people out there right now go through the motions? You may be making 50,000.
So this video, if you haven't seen the title already, it's just about the power of isolation. And when I mean isolation, I talk about lots of time to yourself and lots of time in solitude, lots of time when you're lonely, not like fully lonely where you don't know or see or talk to anyone. I'm talking about when you feel it. And it's a bad thing and it's a good thing. The reason why is because when you spend so much time to yourself, you begin to question a lot of things about yourself. You begin to think a lot. You begin to think, am I in the right place? Am I being the right person I want to be right now? And when you realise so much about yourself and you think a lot, you begin to go, I'm definitely not in the right place. I need to be better. And that constant train of thought that goes in your mind, see, because you're by yourself and you think to yourself a lot, that constant, I need to be better, forces you to be better. And it's a very good thing. From my experience, so much time by myself with my own thoughts has developed me into the person I am today, because I think too much, and it's a good thing, because I think too much, I'm constantly bringing in all these conclusions about my life, how I can improve it, and what I can do. And it's very useful to be in tune with your thoughts, and that's why I think solitude, this isolation, is so good, because you find who you are and you discover your purpose in solitude. And it's so good because you begin to find peace within yourself, because you begin to answer your thoughts and how you feel, and it's so good. You develop such mental strength, and you challenge yourself in your mind. Your mind beats yourself up. It's difficult to explain unless you've got experience. Solitude and this loneliness builds the best of people, because you struggle a lot, and struggling builds character, and suffering builds strength. And it's just like training builds strength. Suffering is training. It trains your mind to go through these difficult times of you beating yourself up, and you go against that and you build this strength through this suffering, and it's so good. And whatever the cause of the solitude may be, whether that's just sadness, family members, loved ones, relationships, all of that, whatever it may be that puts you in this solitude and loneliness and this isolated state where you constantly think and worry, the more you're in that, the more you realise, you can counteract these worries and these challenges, and you can build something within you, build such mental strength and discipline from this. And that's what I see as the power of this isolation. You question everything. Am I making the right decision doing this? Oh shit, am I not? And it's that challenge that you give yourself just in your mind. It's internal, intrinsic, and it builds such a strong starting point for anything when you're trying to approach something. because you build such strength when you're going through a difficult time in an isolated state. And in this isolated state, you know, if you're in it because something's bad happened, when you spend so much time thinking about stuff, thinking about all the conclusions between anything, you piece together things that you didn't really notice at first, but because you think so much and because you constantly run through everything, you begin to realize, and it gives you that realization. You're like, I've learned that, and maybe it wasn't a loss, maybe it was a lesson, you know, stuff like that. No matter how it comes, you know, I don't pray on people's downfalls or pray on bad stuff to happen to people, but if it does, then spend time to yourself to develop against it and learn mental strength through your own isolation of the challenges that your mind will give you, and thinking you're not the right person, you're not where you should be, but then because of that thought, you grow the determination to stop being in that position and be where you should be and do what you should do, and stuff like that is what's going to develop you into such a strong person. And I think that is just so good for your mind to go through these challenges and be what you know you should be, even though you don't want to do it.
of light. Looking out the window panes, I close my eyes again. With a head that's full of rain and chest full of lead. I got a broken seam, but it never tore away. I got an empty room, but I got a lot to say. I got another dream, but it's waiting for the day. The light is coming soon to keep me up awake.
Hello everyone, hope you're enjoying the video so far. Just want to follow up on what I said earlier in the video, just talking about solitude and isolation and stuff like that. It's got to be used in the right context, because if you do go into this period of isolation, you can approach it the wrong way, and you can fall into bad habits. You can pretty much waste away, which isn't good at all. You could completely not see anyone, don't see any of your friends, just neglect your social life, and that is just it's not the way to approach it, because your social life is equally as important with your good friends, because you never know, your friends might be going through something and they may need to see you. I mean, it's getting deep here, obviously, because I'm talking about your mental state, but it's just the idea I'm trying to get across is that when you spend so much time to yourself, all you think about is yourself and how you can improve that. And when you think so much about how to improve yourself, it gets put into action. For the most part, if you choose to put it into action, if it annoys you so much knowing that you can be a better person, you will put it into the action. And that's the point what I'm trying to get across, is that if you beat yourself up in your mind so much, you're forced to improve and learn discipline and put yourself out of your comfort zone to achieve stuff, because you can't change anything about yourself if you don't change something about yourself and change the stuff that you do on a day-to-day basis. So with this isolation and stuff like that, don't neglect friends, stay social, but when you find your peace and you find time to yourself and you find comfort in it, use it. You don't have to see your friends every day. Your good friends you don't have to see too often because they're your good friends, but don't neglect it. Use it well. Just thinking so much to yourself when you spend time away from people benefits you so much, and you can become the best person you can be, because your mind will tell you that you need to do stuff that you don't want to do, and that's the whole point. That will build you discipline. That will make you the person you should be, and the person that you know is the right person to be, and you gain such mental strength. And you can't force it. You can't force isolation. Some stuff happens. Tough times build tough people. Stuff like that. It's just. But if it does happen, and if you're going through it right now, use it in the correct way, and you'll see results. And it takes time. Patience is the whole point. With everything that's good in life takes patience. Use it in the right way, and you will see results, and you'll become so much of a mentally stronger person than you are right now, or you have been. So thank you very much for watching again. Hope you enjoyed this one. Look out for the next one. Like and subscribe, hit the notifications. You know what to do. I hope you take into account what I've said in this video. Don't force yourself into it. It will happen. Maybe it already is happening. Approach it the right way and be the best person you can become, because your future self will not regret it. Being the best person you can be while you're on this planet is the best decision, because it makes your life so much better when you see improvement in yourself. And don't let your life go to waste, because it's just not. It's pointless. Think of all the people in the past that have all come together to create you, and you're going to waste it by being a lazy piece of shit. Don't do that. Be the best person you can be.
good times. In this life, in this life, one too many